1972, a year that could have rewritten Australian motorsport forever. A car so powerful, so ahead of its time, that it scared not just its rivals, but the politicians, the media, and even the public. The Ford Falcon XA GTHO Phase 4, a machine that was too bloody fast for its own good. But here's the twist. This wasn't just another muscle car. It was a beast that was killed before it could even roar on the track. And what followed was a story of politics, betrayal, myths, and legends. You think you know the story of the Phase 4? Think again. Today we uncover the 10 shocking truths about the greatest Aussie muscle car that never was. Truth number 1. Only 4 cars were ever built, and one's gone forever. Ford only built 4 GTHO Phase 4s. 3 were development mules, and 1 was a near-production car painted in Calypso green. But here's the heartbreaker. One of them never even made it to the road. Why? Because it was deliberately smashed into a wall for a government crash test. Not stolen, not lost, but sacrificed in the name of compliance. Imagine scrapping what is now considered a multi-million-dollar unicorn. The 3 survivors weren't identical. Each had different cams, suspension tweaks, even carburation changes. These weren't showroom clones. They were rolling experiments. And yet, despite just 3 cars surviving, the legend of the Phase 4 has lived on for over 50 years. Truth number 2, the supercar scare. Wasn't just hysteria, it was a setup. The media storm that killed the Phase 4 wasn't just organic fear-mongering from worried mums and families. It was orchestrated. Insurance companies, nervous politicians, and even rival manufacturers like Holden and Chrysler allegedly whispered to the press. Ford was about to unleash a Bathurst-destroying monster, and the competition wasn't ready. So instead of stepping up their game, they fed journalists cherry-picked data and scary headlines. 400 horsepower weapons of road death. The fear campaign worked. Public panic skyrocketed and Ford caved under the pressure. The Phase 4 was dead before it ever truly lived. Truth number 3, it was faster than anything Holden or Chrysler had. The Phase 4 wasn't just built to compete. It was built to dominate. Under the hood sat the legendary 351 Cleveland 5.8, but in racing trim, it wasn't just powerful, it was savage. Reports claim it pushed well over 400 horsepower, hand-built and fine-tuned by Ford Special Vehicles and the race team at FTH Motors. Add better aerodynamics than the XW and XY Falcons, improved cooling, and a tighter suspension setup. This thing could lap Bathurst 2 to 3 seconds faster than anything Holden or Chrysler could throw at it. On the track, it would have been untouchable. No wonder rivals wanted it gone. Truth number 4, politicians killed it to look like heroes. Here's the irony. The Phase 4 wasn't dangerous. It had better brakes, sharper handling, and stronger engineering than most family cars at the time. But in the early 70s, Australia's road toll was horrific. The real culprits? Drunk driving, lack of seatbelts, and terrible road conditions. But instead of fixing real issues, politicians saw a golden opportunity. By targeting just 3 prototype supercars, they could look like saviors. It was easier to say, we're banning killer cars than to build safer roads or push driver education. The Phase 4 was sacrificed not because it was flawed, but because it was a convenient scapegoat. Truth number 5, Ford engineers built secret variants that were never official. Just because the axe fell doesn't mean the dream ended. Behind closed doors, whispers tell of secret Phase 4 variants built by Ford engineers and race mechanics. Cars with wilder gearing, aero tweaks, and power figures pushing 450 horsepower. These weren't officially sanctioned. They were likely after-hours projects, passion builds by engineers who simply couldn't let the dream die. Some say they were dismantled quietly. Others believe at least one prototype still hides, forgotten, in a shed somewhere. The question remains, could there be a ghost Phase 4 waiting to be discovered? And that's just the beginning. We've uncovered 5 truths that already sound like a conspiracy thriller. But what about the rest of the story? Cars selling for millions, the media's dirty tricks, and how this one cancellation shattered Ford Australia's performance legacy for decades.